If you're a last-minute gift shopper, then Instacart is your holiday rescue app this season. No more tracking packages, no more trips to the post office, and no more Christmas gifts arriving in February. Instead, you can just download Instacart to order gifts like beauty, tech, and gourmet goods from local stores and get them delivered in as fast as 1 hour. Plus, right now, you'll get free delivery on your first 3 orders. This offer is valid for a limited time. $10 minimum per order. Additional terms apply. Must be 21 plus to purchase alcohol where available.
Welcome to the Kellyanne Cares podcast, a one-of-a-kind show created to become your #1 tool for your personal growth and business development. My name is Kelly, former pro makeup artist and luxury travel expert turned multi-passionate entrepreneur. My purpose is to get you organized to become the most productive version of yourself in both business and life. I'm here to show you that if you manifest, visualize, and put in the work, your dreams will indeed turn into a reality. Tune in to hear raw, unfiltered conversations from myself as well as my expert guests as we discuss our wins and losses, habits and routines, and what keeps us motivated, stimulated, and inspired. I promise to add value, raise awareness, help you take action, and incorporate more wellness into your day. Life is short. Invest in yourself. Make your own rules. Create your own happiness. And most importantly, enjoy the ride. Buckle up. Today's podcast experience starts now. Hello. It's that time of year again where I share all my best tips, tricks, and strategies to help you get organized, to close this year out strong, both personally and professionally, and get ahead in 2024. Are you ready? I've been wanting to record this episode for you for probably a month. I'm trying to see when I wrote these original notes, but about a month ago, 3-4 weeks ago, I spent 14 hours on a Saturday and a Sunday doing all of these tasks. Now, I'm very strategic. Every first of the month, I have a to-do list where I wrap up my previous month, which I'll share with you, but this is like an end of year situation. So I want to share with you everything that I do so that maybe you can take and pull some ideas from what I'm sharing and incorporate it into your own personal and professional life. So first of all, I just want to share that I've had bronchitis and I'm finally able to speak and without coughing again. So my voice is still like a little graspy, like I just smoked a cigar, but I didn't. And I just realized that I don't have a hot drink by me. So hopefully my coughing attacks won't come. But also I did want to share that everybody has their own way of getting organized, being organized, right? If you have a clutter, like a junk drawer, I mean, who doesn't have a junk drawer? If you have a junk drawer, but you know what's in there, and that's your safe place to like keep receipts and whatever, but they're just a mess, that's fine. Just make sure that that's all that is in there. Don't start adding other shit to that drawer because that's when the chaos comes in. So we're going to do a little chaos cleanse. I'm going to share with you strategies on how you can simplify your life, starting right now. Are you ready? By the way, if you want to take notes in the note section in your phone or grab a pen and notebook, if you're really good at memorizing, that's great too. I am not. And I still feel like I have chemo brain half the time because I just forget all the time. But I just want to share with you what works for me. And I am somebody that's extremely organized, so don't think that it needs to be to this level. So I really just want to list off what it is that I do. So let's just start off with the first of every month, because I do this and I have been doing this for many years, where every first of the month I block off my calendar, I don't take calls, and all I do is wrap up the previous month. By that, I mean, I sit down, I have this Microsoft Excel document I created. If you need something like this, let me know. There's no stressful formulas in Excel. It's literally you pop in the number every first of the month. So you can customize it to whatever you want. So whether you want it to be household or kids expenses, all of your bills, or if you're a content creator, all your social media stats, if you're a business owner, all of the above. So I use it for everything. I track all my social media numbers. I track my podcast downloads. I track my books sold. I track money in, money out. I track email list subscribers, my newsletters, on LinkedIn subscribers, everything digitally, and then personally, and then business. So every first of the month, I put numbers so I can see, look at it. I like to look at things at a glance. So if I'm looking at this one sheet, I can see okay, where am I growing? Where should I focus? Like my focus for 2024 is my YouTube channel and like really growing that. So I've been working over the last couple of months, like learning how to monetize it more. So I want to spend more time and create better style videos, like specifically for YouTube, right? So I've been tracking my numbers every month so that I can see, like, am I growing? And yes, I am. The key to that is SEO as well as shorts. So by looking at the numbers, I can see like where I should be spending most of my time online, right? And I really am not online a lot. A lot of people think I'm like constantly posting, but I use tools to do that because I like to save time, money, and energy so that I can focus on more content and actually like enjoy my life or like create new recipes or something fun. So I'm always using repurpose.io. If you do not use this tool and you are somebody that lives online, you're seriously missing out. I am an affiliate and I do have 2 weeks off for free. And then every month is $20 with my discount. Normally it's $25. I don't have a virtual assistant anymore. I use this tool and it's grown my business Facebook page to, I'm almost 7,000 more followers in just like a month and a half by repurposing all of my TikToks. I have a lot of TikTok and YouTube Shorts videos on this topic where I show you my funnel and how I've created it and how you can go viral. And the whole point of going viral is to build your brand and awareness about whatever it is that you're talking about, right? My original videos that went viral were all about castor oil, which is crazy. But I was able to capture more emails and sell to people that actually wanted something that I've created, right? So that's the end game, is to get subscribers to your email list, especially if you're in business, because you never know when social media is going to go away, right? So whatever you're posting, make sure you always have a call to action. But if you want my code, I'll put it in the show notes. It's everything is messy, one word in caps. That will give you 2 weeks free just so you could try it, But I'm always talking about repurpose.io because I'm obsessed with it. And I do have an entire funnel that I personally created that I do like to switch up every now and then. But you got to see what works, right? So going back to the first of the month, I'm always tracking my numbers. And then on my desktop on my PC is very organized. I have folders. So as everybody does, but I have a folder for the month. So right now I have December. And so whatever I'm working on and I'm finished, it just goes in December. So on the first of the month, I organize it and I put it in my folder, my client's folder, or wherever it needs to go. And then the next thing I do is I then get rid of that folder because I'm putting it on my external hard drive, my iCloud, and my Backblaze. So I have multiple drives and clouds where I store everything. God forbid something happens, like I'm completely backed up. The external hard drive I have is in my Amazon store. I think it's a couple terabytes. I've honestly had it for years. But that's my next step on my first of the month tasks, is to put everything, get it off my computer. And I realized when I was doing my 28-hour work shift this weekend that I didn't have much storage on my laptop, and it's because I have so much audio and video sitting there. I'm like, this needs to come off. And a lot of it were for my clients, so I took all of it off and put it on a separate drive. That way I always have access to it, God forbid something happens. But it does not need to be on my desktop so that it runs slower. My computer needs to be quick. So once I've backed everything up, I make sure that all my updates are up to are current, up to date. And then I do a long security software scan. It usually takes about 3 or 4 hours. So I usually do that at the end of the night, because when you do things like that, it slows everything down and the fan is just so loud. So while that's happening, once I've tallied up my numbers, I've organized my drives, my clouds, my actual desktop itself, I then work on my phone while my computer is doing the security scans, and then map out like my marketing, my content, what I want everything to look like a day, a week, a month, a year at a glance. So everything I do is very scheduled. It's very color coded. It's very time blocked. That's just how my brain works the best. It's always how I've worked in this way. I need everything at a glance. I'm very specific with my planners. I like them a certain way so that I can have lines. I can never have like a blank square. Oh my God. I'm like the one on the chalkboard and kindergarten that would be writing like on a slant, I need lines, and then I need to highlight them because everything is color coded. That is not for everyone. It's just how my brain works the best and how I can accomplish more. So that's everything that I do in the first of the month. So now when it comes to your phone, something else I do on the first of the month, but I'm going to be totally honest, I slacked over the last few months, so this project was kind of a nightmare. So I would not recommend. But every first of the month, I always delete all my pictures, apps, voice notes. I organize my actual phone. I have two phones. So I have an iPhone and I have a Google phone. And Google, I usually just use as my hotspot. And if I need Google videos or I don't know, something, it's just nice to have a backup. But I am an iPhone girly and a PC user. I know it's weird. I just don't like them to sync. Like, this is my vibe and I'm sticking with it. And I really do love my iPhone. And I really do love when it works nice and fast. So you have to look at your storage. You have to look at your pictures, the videos, the messages, like all the storage, like delete what you do not need. So this is like something good if like your kids are sleeping or, you know, you're stuck in traffic, your car is parked, or just random things to like multitask. Start with your phone. Get rid of, there's so many apps that shows you that like you have duplicate pictures and things like that. But you want to go through your storage first, then make sure you're not paying for apps that you don't need, right? Let's get rid of things that we're wasting our money on. Go through your pictures, your videos, all of your apps. If you haven't used it in a month, just get rid of it. All your voice memos, your notes, just organize it all. Get rid of it all. You don't need it. My computer and my phone are running so much quicker because I've gotten rid of so much stuff. And trust me, there was a lot, especially like I had voice notes and things that were like 5-6 years old because they're in my cloud. I'm like, why are these here? Like, I have them everywhere else. Like, I don't even need them. So that was a task, but I accomplished it. And let me tell you, it felt so good. So I want to remind you again that this took me like 28 hours. Like a Saturday and a Sunday, I did like 12-14 hours each day by doing all of my end of year organizing and like New Year prep. And I haven't even like actually written stuff for New Year prep. I just like prepared for a clean slate. This is everything that goes into it. And then as far as my laptop goes, I did all the Windows updates that I mentioned, the external hard drives, the backblaze, all of that, the desktop. I got rid of so many photos and videos and audio, video files, like everything podcasting. I mean, I developed shows, so you could just imagine how much stuff I'm sitting on. And photos from like 2006, 2007. Like, I don't know how they ended up back on my PC, but I got rid of it all so that it works nice and fast. And then in real life, off the PC, when you're doing the updates, another project is to go through all of your receipts, all of your file folders. If you're somebody digital, do it that way. I have this whole receipt organizing system. Like, these videos always go viral around this time of year because I hashtag like small business tax prep, and it's honestly so good. I'll explain it briefly, but you need to watch my videos on it. They're all over TikTok and YouTube. But basically, I have a file folder and I have 12 envelopes labeled January, February, March, April, every month of the year. Every first of the month, something else that I do is I tally what's in each receipt. So you can break it down by, hair, makeup, like beauty, clothing, accessories, whatever. And when it comes time to expense everything, it's so much easier. And then at the end of the year, you just hand it off to your accountant. You're already done with your numbers. So each month I file receipts, and you can even do it like per household, per child, per expense, like whatever. Have them organized in a way that works best for you. And I just use a Sharpie and I make them look cute and I write the months. And that's just what I've always done. Like, old school, just writing on envelopes, and I pop in all my receipts. And then on the first of every month, I tally it up. What am I spending money? And it's really good when you see the number to see, like, just like my Microsoft Excel doc, like, see your growth on social channels. This is a good way to see like where you're spending your money. And you always see those ads on TikTok, like that app will show you, you download the app and it shows you like what you're spending money on subscriptions every month. Like, you should know that. You should not be aware of things like that, and just eliminate all those extra expenses that you don't need. So I go through all my file folders. I organize all my end of year receipts, and it's kind of intense. There's a lot of paperwork, but I also have my medical, like my health insurance. I have invoices. I have personal stuff. I have all of my clients' stuff. Everybody has their own folder. And so on the first of every month, it's nice to go through all of this, but at the end of the year, you really need to go through it all, especially when it comes time to taxes. It's just so much easier. So I prepped like all my end of year. Like I said, I did all my security checks and all of that. And then when it came time to organize the rest of the year, I'm like, what do I want to work on? And I'm like, you know what I want to do? I want to record more series on how to get you organized. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a business one, a LinkedIn one, a podcasting one, personal growth, personal development, a little chaos cleanse, a little tax prep, little getting organized, lots of personal growth, tips, tricks, hacks, like all my favorite strategies. Like I'm just recording and filming a lot of content. And I'm doing them in series so that they're fun to watch. And series do really well for me. And then I went over my calendar. So I'm like, okay, I need to bang out all my studio time. I need to schedule it all out. I need to look at my Calendly and open more call times for one-on-one calls. Like sit down with myself and journal. Like, what do I want my business and my life to look like from now until the end of the year? So I did all of that. What are my goals? I'm really focusing on building more credit because I don't really have that much. So I just want to build more. And eventually, like, do I want to buy a home? Like that all comes into play. And then once that's all done, I go back and I look at my to-do list. So I have decluttered, I've cleared the energy. I always have to set a vibe before I work like this, by the way. That was probably something I should have mentioned first. You need to put on incense or specific lighting, music. I can't have words. I need instrumental music. I need the oil diffuser going. I need my pink Himalayan salt lamp or my red light or my purple light. Like I need to set a vibe. I need a whole mood. Lighting and music is everything, and scent. And then I can get to work. So I've decluttered, I've cleared the energy. I have my Palo Santo. I went through all my to-do lists. I've created goals for the end of the year. And I've gone through my calendar. I've organized it digitally and, in real life, like my file box and all of that. Time management and a financial review is also like what's always on my to-do list. So I went through all of that. And then I have a self-care plan where I make my AM and my PM routine high priority, like no excuses. And it's so dark in the morning and it's so cold and it's so hard, but I'm not walking at that time of day. Plus I'm usually on baby duty Monday through Thursday. So I can't walk with him in the dark and it's freezing, so I got to wait till later in the day if that's going to happen. But when I invested in Jesse Itzler's Build Your Life Resume course and program 4 years ago, it was like right when I started my medical malpractice cases, I think. I learned so much from him. Him and Sarah Blakely, like what a power couple. By the way, I've been meaning to do a video to duet her with her notebook situation. Mine are all in storage. But the amount of notebooks and planners we have is like insane. And I don't know, I may be able to top her. But I learned that you should have a new skill. He called it Kevin's rule, where every quarter, every month, you should create something new, like learn a new skill. Am I butchering this? What is it called? Kevin's rule. It's his friend Kevin. It's his whole story. You can watch it on his Instagram or YouTube. He has a really good newsletter as well. I'm trying to spend a lot less time off social media and more time communicating through email and calls. And that's going to be definitely one of my focuses. So once you do a little chaos cleanse, get rid of the clutter, and figure out how you want the end of the year to look like, then you can move into, okay, what do I want 2024 to look like? I specifically always need, of course, anything I do that's new. I need a new notebook. I need a new planner. I need a new calendar on the wall. I need to look at everything at a glance. That's why I love the planner. One day I think I'm going to create a planner. I've said this a couple times, but the month at a glance is really important for me to look at because I could see everything up front. Like the way that my planner is, and it's just a blue sky one. Like I literally get it for CVS and I just wait for my coupon because online it's like triple the price. I don't know why, but my hair is so itchy. It's just so dry in Vegas. I slept with Vaseline all over my hands with gloves last night, and they're still cracked and bleeding. It is so bad. If you have a hand lotion recommendation, let me know. But like when I was in the ER last week getting a breathing treatment because # bronchitis is the season, I was like, oh, by the way, if you're writing me all these prescriptions, like, can I have one for my hands? And he's like, that's just dry desert. Like, it's freezing here. Get over it. And I was like, okay. So I'm trying to get over it, but I look like I'm 100 with these damn hands, and they're literally cracked and bleeding at my knuckles. It is so bad. Thank God this isn't a video show. But stay tuned for news on that, actually. So where was I? Year at a glance, month at a glance. I need to see it all, right? So if that's you, invest in something like that. Like when I'm looking at my Blue Sky Planner at the month, I can see everything and it's color coded. If there's a lot of green, that means like, shit, I have a lot of bills due, you know? If there's a lot of blue, that's a lot of therapy. If there's a lot of purple, that's a lot of podcast episodes. If there's a lot of orange, that's a lot of phone calls, a lot of meetings. So I just color code everything, and then pink is content, yellow is like my credit score, mandatory events, like things like that. That's just my personal regimen and like how I highlight my life to a T. But that is basically everything that I did to organize my end of year so that I can prep for a new year. So stay tuned for a new episode where I'm going to share with you how to prep for the new year, because I really do want to get you as organized as you possibly can be to become the most productive version of yourself in both life and business. I've been writing a lot of LinkedIn newsletters lately. I'll drop the link in the show notes. You can read them all publicly if you're not on LinkedIn. I'm almost positive. And my final LinkedIn live training is tonight. So if you're listening to this, or if you miss it, there's a replay, let me know. But it's my final live LinkedIn training of the year. I've been coaching my clients on LinkedIn since I launched my show having to do with LinkedIn back in 2017. When I first released this podcast, it was called the Happy Workaholic Podcast, a show for your business, LinkedIn, and life with an autoimmune disease. And so I have hundreds of LinkedIn episodes, and this whole week is all about LinkedIn. So I've been filming a lot of short form video in regards to all things LinkedIn. So if you missed the live training, if you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want to like binge all my content, there's a couple ways, but if you go to kellyannecares.com and in the top right search bar, just type in LinkedIn, all the episodes will show up. And then if you go to TikTok or YouTube, just put in my name, LinkedIn, and the series will pop up. So the series are on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on TikTok. They do go to my Instagram reels, but it's kind of hard to search on there. So I would just recommend YouTube. And if you aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love it if you would do that. And I just wanted to share briefly a couple brands that I've been working with that I really love. And I did a couple wellness episodes, I don't even know, months ago. And I was talking about how I wanted to switch all of my beauty products, skincare, oral, makeup, like everything, to vegan, cruelty-free, non-toxic, all of that. So I finally found a makeup line that, if you're new here, I was a pro makeup artist for like almost 2 decades, where I got to travel the world and paint many, many faces. And I was a MAC girl for many years, and I'm very particular with my pigment. And so that was the problem, was I couldn't find a vegan makeup line that had the pigment that I'm used to. And I kind of found one. It's called La Belladonna. And my skin, I don't know if it's like premenopause, hormones, stress, I was fighting this virus, but my skin was broken out so bad, like the worst I've ever experienced in my life. Like it was the weirdest thing. And it lasted like a good 2 weeks. And they have this cream, I think it's like $110, and it changed my skin. But the only reason why I started using them, one, because a client of mine used to work for them and turned me on to their products, and they have this foundation that has an SPF 50, and I'm in Vegas, so I really, really needed that, and it's buildable, and it's only 4 ingredients, and it's oncology tested, so I wish I really knew more about that when I was going through chemo, but at that point I was like, you know, I'm on my deathbed. Who cares what I'm using? It's not going to make a difference. That was my mindset back then at that point, but not anymore, obviously. But it's called La Belladonna. Their gel cream is fantastic. Their foundation is, like I said, it's made from rocks and minerals. It's 4 ingredients, and it has an SPF 50. It's a loose powder, and it's best to use a brush that you can also purchase, because it does make a difference if it's a buildable product. Their concealer is really good. Their mascara wand is so odd, but it works, and I love it. And so the palettes I have, I forget the names, but I definitely need to do a video on it. I did do a couple. Oh no, did I say? I don't think I shared the physical products, so I need to do one of those this weekend. but it is called La Belladonna. If you want to check out a line that I stand behind, that I actually agree with everything they're about, it's vegan, cruelty free, but they have good skincare and an SPF 54 product foundation. That's very important to me, is the SPF 50 and less ingredients in the products. But their pigment is so nice. And I have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 palettes, and their lip, my coral lip I got, it's like one of those chubby pencils, and it's super creamy, and it's pencil on one side, cream color on the other. It's like my signature like Boca Raton coral lip. I'm obsessed with it. I get so many compliments on it. And they have highlighters and all their stuff you can use everywhere. So you can use them on your eyes, your cheeks, your lips, like wherever you want to use it. I don't know. I really, really love their products. And I'm so glad I finally found a line that actually like has pigment and is like helping my skin while it's on, not just like sitting there, you know? But I do have a code because I am an affiliate now because I love their products. And I think it gives you 20% off. I have to double check. But again, just check the show notes for anything I ever mention because I always drop the links for you there. And again, repurpose.io. If you are a podcaster, YouTuber, content creator, you live your life online digitally, you need to be using repurpose.io. I cannot stress that enough. And everything is messy in caps, one word. We'll give you 2 weeks free. And then after that, 20% off each month. So it's 20 instead of 25. And then this new coffee that I started drinking is called Rise. It's all mushrooms, and it actually helps with your gut and helps you lose inches. They market it a lot towards weight loss, but I'm more interested in gut health and what's in it. And the only fallback for me is there's not enough caffeine. It's only like 40 or 80 milligrams. I think it's at 40, but it's good and it tastes good. So I actually mix it with my World Market gingerbread, vanilla, and eggnog because that is who I am, and I am a very high maintenance iced coffee drinker. I did make a brand new almond milk too with cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and vanilla extract with turmeric. So it's helping fight all the inflammation and it tastes delish. I just love anything like eggnog, cinnamon, nutmeg. Like this is my favorite time of the year. So check out Rise. I'm sure you've seen their ads, but my code will give you a discount as well. And it's like $1 a day for the coffee. And if you like to have multiple and you can't have the caffeine, this is the perfect situation, and every single mushroom is in there. Like, it is so good for you. I also want to do another episode on mushrooms, like microdosing and all of that. So stay tuned in the new year because I do want to bring on like guest experts because I am obviously not an expert on that, but I want to learn more. And now I have the hiccups. And then MS3IT that I've been talking to you guys about forever. They sponsored a couple episodes and my newsletters, and the owner is amazing. And it's basically a one-stop shop to house everything for you in your business. So check it out. There's still a promo code available. And then if you're looking to improve your credit, I've been using this Kovo credit app, and it's increased my credit like, I think it was like 50, 60 points like each month. And then it dropped to like 20, 30. It acts fast. And then, you'll see, I mean, I'm on every credit bureau, so I get alerts like every day. Something weird happened with Bank of America. I'm like, why would I have a hard credit check? And so things like that, like you need to have on your phone, going back to being organized on your phone. Little things like that. Like I use Credit Sesame, Credit Karma, and Experian. And if you scroll back to pandemic time, I did a whole episode on how to increase your credit score and all my best tips, tricks, and strategies, which I am refollowing myself right now to boost my credit score in case I want to buy something soon. So what else? I think that's it. But going back to your to-do list, like for the end of year organizing, you can break them down. Like I have one for my mind, my body, my business, and my life. Those are just like how I break down everything. So like for my mind, I have like all my supplements I want to invest in. For my body, I have ongoing grocery shopping lists of things that I want to buy. So I'm like nice and healthy and I can meal prep and live my best life in the kitchen. And then for my business, obviously everything I just went over with you. And then for my personal life, like goals, like where do I want to live? Do I want to buy a house? Do I want a new car? Do I want to focus on my credit and something else? Like just overall life, right? And that's it. Like, don't be overwhelmed. do not get overwhelmed. It's just one step at a time. And if you need assistance, I'm always here for you. Feel free to reach out. We can always hop on a FaceTime. I can help you organize your pantry. I think I'm going to help my friend with her closet because she's very overwhelmed with it these days. So not today, but tomorrow. So maybe I'll film that because this is a time, like, clean the chaos. Give yourself a nice cleanse. We are in Mercury retrograde, but there's just a new moon, and I didn't do my new moon water last night. I was busy working and producing late last night, which is rare, and honestly, I forgot, so I'm so bummed. But Mercury retrograde started today, and it goes until, I believe, the 1st. And I posted something on my Instagram stories about that, so go check it out. And I really don't want you to be overwhelmed. I just want to continuously share what works for me in the hopes that you can bring it into your own personal and professional life, and it will help you. Just get organized so that you can become the most productive version of yourself. If you need more personal growth and productivity hacks, you want to sign up for my email list. You can do it on LinkedIn or you can do my personal ones. All those links will be in the show notes for you. I'm so excited to be back. I have a couple more episodes coming soon to your favorite podcast platform. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts right now, if you would please leave me a review, rate, review, and subscribe over there. And then on Spotify, there's actually new polls I've created and Q&As on every episode that you can answer, which is so cool. And they're kind of delayed, so I get notified like the day after, or sometimes 2 days. So if I don't respond, like, that's why. But it gives us like another way to communicate. And I am switching things up with the show in 2024 because it is my 7th year of podcasting. So it's definitely time. Personal growth and business development is obviously huge to me, but also bringing in more mental health and wellness experts as well. And sprinkled with a lot of other things. I still have almost 300 applicants who have, sent me their info to their media kits, etc., to be a guest on the show. So I really need to sit down and go through those because it's been way too long. But I'm excited that you are here. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited you're going to take my tips, tricks, and strategies and go organize the hell out of whatever you feel necessary in your life. And if you get stuck, just shoot me a message like on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever. But I just want you to be as organized as you possibly can in a way that feels good for you so that you could just simplify your life. Like, let's all move into this new year, like, with less color, feeling lighter, and just ready to conquer the world. I feel like we all need that right now. It's a crazy month to tackle a lot of these projects, but I promise you, come January, you're going to be so excited. A lot of people do this shit in January. I'm like, I need to wake up January 1st and be like, on fire, brand new day. Like, I actually still need to go over my Christmas menu. That's really what I need to do. By the way, last night I made Christmas crack. I haven't made that in years. I made it with my friend's son. It was so good. So stay tuned for a video on that because I filmed it. And I filmed something else I made recently. Oh, lasagna. I made a ground turkey lasagna. So that was delicious. And I found pre-cooked noodles at Trader Joe's, which if you're going to go to a Trader Joe's anytime soon, I'm just going to let you know that the amount of chocolate peppermint and gingerbread treats is so overwhelming. It's just so overwhelming. I could be there all day, every day. Lastly, I saw a TikTok, this woman, she said her husband was in school and had to do a thesis, something to do with his master's, and he chose to do it on Trader Joe's. And Trader Joe's specifically leases or buys property in specific areas that are smaller, have smaller parking spaces, always have extra employees stocking the shelves to create that chaos. Can you believe that? But who cares? Like, I love Trader Joe's. But I went last Friday at like 4 or 5, and it was a madhouse. Let's just say that. But I still lived my best life, and I got the most delicious treats, including the limited edition wine-infused pink rosé and rosemary salt. Do you remember I gave those away for my book launch? I gave away 6 of them, and I spoke too soon because I couldn't find 6 of them, and I had to go to 4 different Trader Joe's, drive all around San Diego trying to find the missing salts. Anyway, I totally forgot all about this salt because I haven't had it in over a year. Guess what I found? The salt. And while I was there, I sold 2 to somebody else standing next to me because I scared the hell out of her because I was like, oh my God. And she's like, are you all right? I was like, they have the salt again. Like, I was so excited. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for listening, and tag me online. Like when it comes time to cleaning out your chaos, like I'll slide into your DMs and give you some tips and tricks. Like, let's just let this magic begin now before the year comes. Like, we only have a couple weeks left. I can't even believe it. 2024 is almost here. But again, if you want to correspond with me more frequently, definitely go ahead and sign up for my newsletters because I'm spending a lot more time there and not online. So check the show notes for everything I mentioned and let your organizing begin. Thanks for tuning in to the Kellyanne Cares podcast. I would love your thoughts on today's episode. Head to Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app to rate and review. And don't forget to subscribe so you get notified as soon as a brand new show is live. For more information on myself, the podcast, my book, programs, and brand, visit KellyanneCares.com. While you're there, be sure to grab your free 10-step productivity and goal achieving guide, join the podcast community, and check out the brands I'm currently loving. Let's continue today's conversation. You can connect with me over on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Kellyanne Gorman Official. All my other social handles will be available for you in the show notes. We're switching things up this season, and I'm so excited. Head to Spotify right now and check out the latest poll and Q&A. If you have a product, brand, story, or service you would like to share on the show, send me a message on KellyanneCares.com today. As always, thank you so much for listening, sharing, and reviewing. It truly means the world to me. Talk soon.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.